Going on, future entrepreneurs, we are back with another COTPS video, or COTP, whichever one you prefer. And as you guys know from the title, the reason for this video is we're going to be talking about the reason why a lot of the COTP users or the COTPS customers are panicking right of now. As of today, there's not going to be any particular order from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many different reasons I give you guys, but there's just going to be me talking and let you guys know what I feel and what I think about what's going on with the COTP and the COTPS users. Let's get into it. So reason number one why I think COTPS users are panicking and kind of, in an uproar, some, and others are kind of have a little bit more to lose than others. One is they deposited more than they should have. If you've been listening to almost everyone who's been promoting the COTPS system, if you've been in the system for a while, even if you just started, the majority of the people that I know and that I've watched, because I still watch some of the other users' videos, is they'll tell you don't put in any more than you can afford to lose, which is 100% true. Not with just this platform, but anything. I just remembered like yesterday that I was putting money into another app, because I use a lot of apps. I don't really use a lot of the things. It's easier for me to use the apps and for me to set up the automatic payment to come out of my checking account. So I forgot that I was using an app called Acorn, and I looked at it the other day, maybe a week ago or so, and I noticed I had more money in there than I thought, because it's been so long since I looked at it. I actually forgot that it was there, and it's like one of those investments that I don't put a lot in. It's maybe like $3 to $4 a week, so it's not a lot, but I've been doing it for a while, and I actually just forgot it was there. And that's the amount of money that I can afford to put in, besides all the other things that I'm doing and I'm experimenting with and playing around with other financial ventures that I'm getting myself involved in. That was the amount of money that I was willing to put in that particular system to let it roll for me. Because what Acorns is, it's just a system where it's kind of like the stocks. It's kind of like the Webull in a way. It's kind of like the other apps where you can put in stocks. You can buy them automatically or whatsoever.
2 hours later.
Or whatever, and this is just one of the apps that I decided to use to put money in as a longer term deal, just like I did with the other app that I use. And that's just one of the ways that people shouldn't put in more than they should have. You should actually not put in more than you can afford to lose for that particular reason, because now a lot of people are panicking because they're more than likely put in more money than they can afford to lose right now. That money is probably something that you're going to be needing for something later on, or maybe something that's coming up. So that's one of the reasons why we kind of trying to be adamant about telling you guys don't put in any more money than you can afford to lose, because it's going to come to bite you in the behind. Also on my channel, I tell you guys, do not go out and get a loan. Do not use credit cards. Do not try to get payday loans or anything like that to get into these systems. This is the reason why, because something like this could happen. Now, we don't know if the system is completely gone. We don't know if they're 100% finished working on it. We know they're going to be starting to work on it, starting on tomorrow, which should be Monday. And we don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of like up in the air. So none of us know. If you were to ask any of the people making videos, when could we give you a concrete date or when everything will be fixed, we can only tell you what their customer service has told us, which is going to be 3 days starting on tomorrow. So for those of you who put in more than you should have, this was the reason why. And now most of those people are probably panicking because they put in more than they should have. And that's one of the things that we don't advise you to do in any platform, not just the COTPS system. That goes for stocks, that goes for any crypto, even if you're doing the HODL method where you put in a little bit every single week, or you buy a little bit of crypto every single week. If you're doing affiliate marketing, network marketing, don't put in any money that you can afford to lose. It's going to come back and bite you in the behind. That's number one. Now, the second reason I think some people are panicking in this COTPS SMS era is because they left the money in past the double point. Some people probably put money in the system and they got the money to the point where the money in their account actually doubled, and they did not take it out, so all their money is still sitting in the system. And what I mean by the double point is, let's say you put in $500 in the system. Let's say the account reached $1,500 and you decided that you were going to wait. And that's pretty much what I did. I'm not really panicking because that was a decision that I chose to make, and I'm going to have to live the decision whether they come back or whether they do not. So if you put in $500 and the account multiplied to where it got to $1,000, at that point, you should go ahead and take out your $500 profit, unless you want to take a bigger gamble and let it sit in which is not really advised, which we try to tell you to take out that money once it gets to that point. Why? Because after that, everything else is pretty much lanyard, as we call it down here in Louisiana. It's pretty much extra. It's going to be your the money. It's going to be everything profit after that particular point. So after you reach that double down, the double point, where your money is double in the system, you go ahead and take out that amount and you leave the rest in the system and let it work for you at just the same as you would if it were starting all over again and putting in the $500 all over again and just starting from the $500 point. So that's pretty much what that is. That's the second reason why I think some of the users are kind of panicking, because they put their money in, the money doubled, and they didn't take it out, and they try to let it ride for a little bit longer, and now they're in a little bit of panic mode because they're seeing their money just sitting there and just they can't get it out. So the number 3 reason why I think a lot of people are panicking over the COTPS SMS era is because they've seen other platforms come and they've seen other platforms go. We've seen platforms fail. We've seen platforms have other issues. We've seen platforms not communicate with you after they have issues. We've seen platforms that tell you, oh, we'll be back up tomorrow. We've seen platforms that have the 404 error. We've seen platforms that do different things and they end up not coming back after they have some issues. And every platform is going to have issues. I think this is pretty normal, especially in the tech field, especially in the field where we're dealing with crypto and we're dealing with systems that's actually trading for us. There's going to be some kind of issue. There may be an update. There may be an error. There may be some kind of, like what I call in my other video, like a DDoS attack, if that's the correct name for it, where a lot of traffic is being sent to the system to kind of shut it down. So there's going to be there's going to be things that happen outside of this. Even just, I mean, if you look at any company, McDonald's, these brick and mortar companies, some gas stations, they shut down because there's something wrong with the computer on that's connected to the pumps, where they may not have an error. You may pull up to a gas station and all the pumps have those yellow flags on it because they're out of order, because they have issues. All businesses have issues, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for COTP or COTPS. I'm just giving you guys the what I think and what I feel and what I see between this business and other businesses that are similar to this business that have had issues before. So, and like I said, I've been involved in 3 systems like this. One is still around, one isn't, and the one that currently is still around, so I can't really count that one just yet. And let's get into the next reason why people think, why people are panicking in the COTPS SMS era. It's probably because they just started before the issues happened. They may have just put their money in. They probably just made a deposit, and then when they made the deposit, they weren't able to. They start probably hearing other people talk about it, because after they set up the system, they probably saw the videos and other people talking about it, or maybe even in Telegram groups, people are kind of panicking and all over the place talking about the system. And you probably have seen these other people making videos about how it's a scam, and you guys just had an exit scam and you just lost all your money. But as we can see from my previous video, that the money is still in the account. Multiplying is still adding up. Now let me go back just to show you guys that the money it hasn't went anywhere. So that's something that other platforms do as well, as they will have an error. You have like an error 304, where when you go to the system and it just disappears, and the website doesn't exist, and they pretty much leave with all of whatever is inside of the system. And something else I found about the other day was that Coinbase is also having to, maybe this is kind of a similar thing, where Coinbase is thinking about filing for bankruptcy, or they may be filing for bankruptcy in the near future. And there was some information that was sent out to all the Coinbase users that if Coinbase does decide to file for bankruptcy, that all of your assets into Coinbase is probably going to be liquidated, and they will probably end up keeping them. So there was a lot of information out about that as well. So that's just to say that things happen. Systems have problems, and as I just mentioned, Coinbase is actually thinking about filing bankruptcy. I don't know why, but they're thinking about filing bankruptcy. And if they do, if you have anything in Coinbase, you may want to move it to either another wallet, or some people are mentioning that you should get a hard wallet, which is like one of these Trezor devices or something of that nature, so you can store your coins in that particular way to secure yourself in case something does happen. And that's just another avenue for those of you who do have Coinbase. And also something else I want to mention before I leave you guys is, on the same day that we heard about the SMS issues, there was another issue, if I'm not mistaken, with Aweber and another system where they were having issues. Now, I don't think they were having SMS issues, but people were just pointing out that there were other systems having problems on the exact same day as COTP or the COTPS system. So there's not just the COTPS system that's having issues. I think it was Binance as well, if I'm not mistaken. And it was the platforms that were having issues on the exact same day with different issues. So I'm not sure if it's just something that can be easily fixed. I don't know if it's something that is going to take days to fix. It's going to be something that the COTPS team is going to have to deal with. And when they get it fixed, we'll get it fixed and it'll be backing up. As you can see on my account, I'm now up to 5321. And the account is still making moves. It's still working on that particular side. Now let me go here just to show you guys while I'm here, just to give a test run to see if I can take out any of the money that is here, or if let me just try to do any kind of transaction to see if I would get a text message. Let's go to personal info, and let's say I wanted to modify my transaction password. I'm just going to send a verification code just to see if I'll get it before the timer times out, just to check to show you guys while I'm on the phone to see if anything has been updated. Probably not, because they said they won't be working on it until Monday. But I'm just going to show you guys just now if anything's going to come through, just to give you guys another quick little thing. But I'm going to be making more videos, as I said in my other video, about Meta Wi-Fi. If that's the correct name, I think I may have butchered the name, but Meta Wi-Fi something. I'm going to be talking about my ClickBank series that I've been doing. I have another account that has $20 in the COTPS system, and I do have other projects outside of COTPS that I'm going to be working on that I haven't yet started, but I'm still kind of figuring out how the ins and outs of those programs, and I'm also making sure they're going to work. I don't want to bring you guys anything that does not work. I don't want to bring you anything where you're going to end up losing money. I want to bring you some things that actually do work and they're going to benefit you, and they're not going to be an exorbitant amount of money for you to get involved. And it's more likely going to be programs for people who are starters, like a starter system where you will kind of be starting at a low point and you will work your way up till you'll be making six figures in a year. So I'm going to be working on projects like that, and I'll be bringing them and showing you guys those particular things on my channel coming up in the next week or so, maybe the next 2 weeks, because I'm still setting some of them up. I'm still playing around with them, getting used to how their systems are and the things that they're going to be doing and things I'm going to be bringing to you guys, which is going to be implemented in a way that's going to be strategic. And as you can see, I still have not received the text verification code. It's probably going to show up after the timer again. So that error and issue is still going on, at least where I am in the US. There was other videos showing that people were getting the message and they were able to do it. I'm not sure how legit that is. But that's it. That's all, guys. I just wanted to show you that and make this quick little video on one of the reasons why I think, and there's the message right there, and the reason why I think people were panicking or they're kind of overreacting in the COTPS system. In the next couple of days, we'll find out whether or not this is actually something to panic over. As of now, guys, this is me. This is Passive Income Trucker giving you guys as much information as I can, as fast as I can. And this is the Passive Income Trucker. Give me the LNS special. Like and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my updates on COTPS and other things that I will be bringing to you guys here in the near future. And one last thing, if you guys are interested in affiliate marketing, if you're interested in crypto, if you're interested in stocks, then it's going to be the platform for you. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the like bell, hit the notification bell. This is the Passive Income Trucker. I'm out.